Hello everybody, it's Lazel here with another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Today is one of those days. I personally don't have much time to play today, but I want to get my daily quests done. Of course, you can always stack them up until you have 3 quests available. But yeah, I just want to play and show you guys how you can quickly adjust one of your decks and then just go and quickly play the games that you need to finish your quest. With a higher win rate of one of those standard decks. I don't always want to create a new deck for a quest, and so I like to play a bit with these standard decks. And yeah, today we will just do a quick upgrade and we will then quickly play some games with the intention of having simply a higher win rate by quickly upgrading those decks. So I do have a Gruul quest, so we are playing Werewolfs today. And I think one of the easiest things is always when you play, for example, like a tribal deck, as I'm doing now, you just search for the tribal that you are actually in and quickly check which of those good werewolves you already have and which you can add several copies of from. For example, I do see Tovola as one of the complete win cons in this deck. I see that I have another copy, so I will quickly add Tovola. The Averbrook Caretaker is an absolute powerhouse. It synergizes with Werewolves and also going that white strategy and giving all of your permanents hexproof when it flips to nighttime. So this is one thing that we also want to add. Simply always check, okay, which copies do I have that synergize with my engine. The Keswick Naturalist is a card that proved very well in the Werewolf Tribal. I do see that I have more copies, so I will quickly add them. And this is something that I personally always do. I always check, okay, how many copies do I have of a certain card, and then I will just add them until I get to a certain amount of cards, and then I do the cuts. I don't do the cuts during the process, I just add what I have, and afterwards I will adjust. The Packsong Pup is a card where we could consider cutting the Hungry Rich Wolf for. I think that's a reasonable thing, but now I just did what I actually don't want to do. I always want to first add the cards and then I want to cut later, but this is often a quick thing. The Hound Tamer, of course, great mana sink, but this is not what we are playing around today. So once I've checked, okay, I don't have any more of the fitting creatures, I could still check if I do have more of the partners here. And I don't have more copies of that. Okay, so then there are, especially in the Wolf Tribal here, there are some synergistic cards that work very well, but still only in a certain scenario. For example, Moonrager Slash is a card that for 3 mana deals 3 damage to any target, and it costs 2 less to cast if it's night. But it's not always a scenario that you have nighttime, so I personally would like to go for the Lightning Strike. It is 1 generic cheaper in any situation and still pings for 1 damage. So of course there might be the scenario where it's nighttime and you would like to burn your opponent, but that's not always guaranteed. So it's a good thing to exchange for the Lightning Strike, which is simply cheaper. Currently, or for example another spell or an instant, also the Wolf Strike. As an instant for 3 mana, it gives your creature +2/+0 until the end of turn if it's nighttime. Also, again, conditional to being bound to nighttime. Then it deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. It costs 3 mana, and I think that we would run better if we would use spells like, for example, Bite Down. It is 1 generic cheaper. Of course, it doesn't give the pump up, which would be great, but we are in every scenario we are 1 cheaper. Of course we don't get the pump up, but sometimes it's often bound to deciding a game pretty early, especially when you're playing a Gruul aggro deck where you want to build a board quickly and then just overpower your opponent, which is why I would like to play the Bite Down here. We can still check for other cards that have the fight synergy, but okay, Ravenous Pursuit, but it's an alchemy card. I personally don't play much with the alchemy cards and I don't want to include it in this video, so we will just go for the Bite Down here. Alright, then we come to some protection spells. I think that in the current meta there is a lot of spot and target removal, so I like to run Tamiyo's Safekeeping. It's simply a great card, especially in the colors that we are playing. And yeah, overall this is like a quick update of one of the standard decks. Now we come to the point where we have to make a few cuts. I think Hungry Rich Wolf is a card that we can with no problem do several cuts. Then the Wolf Strike is a card that we can cut. We've added 1 copy of Tovola. When I run over the other cards, I do have another Holdpack Piper, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we can add that one too. Might help out. And then, yeah, overall we do still have to make 11 cuts here. If I remember correctly, there was 1 Moonrager Slash and 2 actually of the these midnight damage equal to power spells. I don't remember the name now, but it also doesn't matter. So Howling Moon is a great card. I definitely want to keep it. Weaver of Blossoms, I think that's a card that we could cut here. And also the Child of the Pack is a card that I personally don't like that much. Ward Creature, Haste Creature, this one we can cut. And yeah, we are coming closer and closer to finishing the adjustment of the deck. Now I think it's way more synergistic, and I would like to have more copies of Halana and Arena, super strong card. And yeah, but overall I think if we go for another cut here, for example, Reckless Stormseeker, Howling Moon. Yeah, I don't want to cut too many creatures. I do definitely need to make sure that I have more creatures in here. But overall, yeah, I'd say let's cut one of the Paxong Pups. And then last but not least, we will quickly run over the lands that we do play. And see if we can have any adjustments there. Yeah, that's great. We have the Pain lands, great for aggro decks. We have more Rockfell Valley. And then we could also run more of the Razor Rings, as we simply have them. We can simply cut the Wooded Ridgeline for that. Then we can also cut the Gainland here. Don't need that many Razor's Ring. Yeah, and then I think I still want to cut more Razor Rings. And yeah, this is how I personally often run these things. When I see, okay, I have this and this quest, I will quickly adjust one of the standard decks or the starter decks, and then I just run into some games and see if I still want to make some slight adjustments, simply optimizing the curve a little bit, replacing cards with better versions in my opinion, for example, as I've said about Lightning Strike and Moonrager Slash, and simply adding more bombs which I already have in my collection, which aren't simply added automatically to the starter decks. For example, more Tovola or the Avelbrook Caretaker. Alright guys, so let's jump into some games. Okay, we are on the draw again, pretty often lately. Goblin Blast Runner. As long as you sacrificed a permanent this turn. Interesting, okay. Opponent with a double Pain land here. Alright. Epicure. Okay, I see where this is going. Some very weird aggro deck. But I get it, I dig it. We also have to take some damage here from our Pain land. Let's see if they crack the blood token here. Or if they use a removal spell. Power Stone Fracture. Ah, interesting, okay. Well, they come in for 7. That's pretty good. Another Epicure. Luckily, we drew the land. We could keep up the interaction with the Lightning Strike, or we play out Tovola. I think playing out Tovola here is the better play. Let's see if our opponent has another removal spell. Otherwise, they will just sack the blood token, by that enable the Blast Runner. Mishra's Research deck. Okay, we are facing lethal next turn. Tapped land, okay. So we can Lightning Strike and Tamiyo's Safekeeping next turn. And then we will go down to 1, so if our opponent goes for an all-out attack here, we lose. Yep. Well, that's a draw. Okay, we will lightning strike here. Block here. And then go for the safekeeping. Take one in the process and still die. Yep, shout out. Pretty cool deck around the Goblin Blast Runner. Okay, we are on the draw again. Let's start off with the Paxong Pup here. See if our opponent... Leyline? Flame Best forward, okay. Urza. Well, that's scary. Okay, we flip it tonight. I am a little bit afraid of what they might have, but I simply have to go for it. Counterspell or Leyline. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we will see a Leyline here. Fires of Victory. Well, that also finishes him off. Our opponent needs to double spell or it stays nighttime, that's helpful. With 5 mana available. Okay, so they don't have the Mightstone or Weakstone. See if they let us attack. Wandering Emperor. Didn't miss you.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you.
Most likely they will exile the Slasher here. And in response, we have to take him out.
Years of training. For this, my judgment is final.
Let's see. Fading Hope. And here we make a red. So we can play our next Naturalist. So that will make it daytime again. Okay. Nothing. Our opponent lets it flip back. Let's see if they have another Wandering Emperor here. Soul Partition? Yeah. Can handle that for now. Do they have anything else? I want to make a red here. And also another red. That can happen. Opponent does jump. Let's see if we can now kill Urza. Or if they still have protection. Okay, another soul partition. But that's okay. As we will now go to our second main. And then we will bring out the breaker here. Sadly only award 1 on the day side. Okay, our opponent flips it back again. We don't have anything right now. So we will just attack for 8. See what happens. Opponent might take it here. That's what I thought. I can crack the Razor's Ring or I recast one of my Naturalist. I think recasting one is fine. Will they find the Mightstone and Weakstone now? Elspeth. That wins them a lot of time as the permanent that they put into play gets a shield counter. Reckoner Bankbuster, okay, they can crew that. Go on to our turn. Again, nothing that helps. And then we attack for lethal. They will jump with the Reckoner Bankbuster, though they cannot crew it. It's crew free. Our crew is toughness, right? Total power. Yeah, then they cannot crew it. So let's also block here. Yeah, they need to do something. Okay. They block the big boy. Pass the turn. See what happens. Would have laughed along the way to somehow crack the Razor's Ring. Okay, they pay 2 mana. Depopulate might be something that can help them. It's a fairy, okay. There we go. Nice. Okay, we are on the draw again. At least we have a turn 1 play. Maybe that would have been a better addition, or I should have looked out for that when adjusting the deck, going for more early game creatures. Though we are still, yeah, we are still good to go. Let's start the day and night cycle. Still no play from our opponent. Oh, Golgari, alright. Well, Flesh Gorger is definitely one of the better creatures to look out for. I could offer the Snarling Wolf here, and I think that's a reasonable play. Alright. And then... yeah, I think I want to go white first. Let's see what our opponent does. We have removal on the stick here for the Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. Outland Liberator, simply a creature that I do like to keep around. I could double block, see what our opponent does, and see how they adjust the blocks. But honestly, I'm fine taking the damage here. And see what they do in their second main phase. Skyfish Spider. Do we wanna... Second response. I don't think that they would sacrifice the Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, except for the case that they do want to bring it back next turn with a Graveyard Recursion spell. I think we can take it for now. Let's see. Okay, they definitely want some... or use some Graveyard Recursion here. Okay. Let's bring out Tovola. We are kind of forced to attack with both creatures here because I need the mana to either pump the Snarling Wolf, and if they block, but they will definitely block the Naturalist here. Okay. We do still get to draw a card. Another safekeeping, that's pretty good. Workshop War Chief, okay. That was needed. Sadly, they don't have an artifact or enchantment on the field. Tovola is pretty strong. We could also play the Demolisher here, and by that keep it nighttime. We wouldn't have any mana to do something with it. We could attack with Tovola, but then they will just throw the Workshop War Chief in front, and with that still make a token. I think we will just bring out another body and pass the turn for now. Nemata, alright. Next turn we can go for a pretty heavy attack. Alright. We keep it nighttime. I like that. And yeah. Can actually attack with the Demolisher. Depending on how they block, we will just use Tovola's ability and pump it up. Alright, there's 3. I think for now I want to simply use... How many creatures are there in our deck? We need to use 2. Then 1 more, we would keep 3. Yeah, for 1 is enough. I simply want to unlock the Trample. Undying Malice. Safekeeping, okay. The damage will still go through, so I'm fine with that. And our opponent lost a card from their hand. We get to draw another card. Bite down, that is perfect. Great interactive card here. We will keep it like that. Don't want to play... There's Titania, okay. Yeah, we might have to fight her. Tenacious Underdog, okay. Nemata says an opponent controls would die. Okay. These are 2 spells, sadly. So that means we can also use Bite Down now. Now's the point where we still profit from it. Yeah, I think I want to get rid of Titania. Alright. War Chief attacks. I think I can block here and go for safekeeping. Yeah, that's a great thing that I also sometimes forget about Tovola. Whenever, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more wolves and or werewolves, it becomes night. This is just way too good. Yeah, so we will do the same thing again and attack with our Demolisher. We could also attack with one of our other creatures, but I guess for now I will just go with the Demolisher here. Maybe I could be way more aggressive. Okay, goes for 7. And then I still want to draw a card here. So let's pump up by 3, 4 would be left. If we draw Halana and Alena, that would be super dope. And yeah, let's see. Sadly, our opponent gets to make a token here. Again, another land. It's too bad. Let's pass the turn for now. Skyfish Spider. That's bad. I guess we can say goodbye to our Tovola. Let's block Nemata. Okay. Holdback Piper. Well, that's good, because it refills our hand as we have nighttime. I guess here I'd like to go for the Reckless Stormseeker, which we then can immediately play. And this also triggers enters the battlefield or transforms. Okay. Then let's go. Send it in. Let's see if they double block. Alright. Okay. Underdog attacks for free, that's fine. Our opponent gets to draw a card. Another safekeeping. Let's see if they block with another spider, or if they throw the supporting under the bus. They don't, okay. Let's pump. And then we flip it back to nighttime. Gala Greeters, okay, that's a problem. And a Trespasser, that's even worse. Now it will also flip back, because they have played 2 spells, and that will trigger him again. Oh no, it's on enter and attack, okay. Pack Song Pup, okay. At least that one can grow over time. And then I'd say we will go and attack with the Snarling Wolf again. Okay. Throw him out of range. And then keep it like that for now. Alright, Tenacious Underdog is back. Let's see how they grow the Gala Greeters. Yeah, okay. Alright. It's good that they attack with the Trespasser. We will double block him. Let's see who they declare the damage to go for first. Then we will go for the safekeeping. Alright. At least got him out of the way. The Tenacious Underdog is really a problem here, as it keeps refilling our opponent's hand. Right down, that is really helpful. Okay. We will go like that. Okay, our opponent has any interaction. That is scary. We will attack with all three. Stormseeker. Okay, let's first pump up. See if they react to it now. Do I want to let go of my Stormseeker here? I actually don't want to. If they have a removal spell in hand, we can force them to use it. But I think that the Gala Greeters is the bigger problem than the Spider. So let's do it like this. See if they have a reaction here. Tamiyo's safekeeping or something like that. Okay, that happened. Let's see how much they gain. They gain 7. Okay, that's a lot. Let's pass the turn here. Okay. Another Tenacious Underdog, okay. We definitely need another blocker now. And they keep refilling their hand. Well, a mountain isn't what helps. I have to stay back here. Gotta greet us again. Kodama, also scary. And a Gwenna, okay. Also scary. Pack Piper. Not the best during daytime right now. But better than nothing. At least our pup is growing. Alright, Tenacious Underdog. Yeah, but I guess this is it. I don't see us getting out of this one. An all-out attack here would be enough. Like this, like this, like this, like this. Cannot make the pack song pop die in any way. So yeah, good game. At least by that we finished our daily quest, and that's, yeah, super dope. Quickly finished this one and also got a new cool sleeve. And yeah, overall, I hope that I could simply show you in a quick way how I simply upgrade my decks when I do have to do the daily quest and I don't have much time and just want to quickly pick one of the starter decks. doing a quick upgrade by jumping over the synergies of the deck, then simply searching for better cards, better creatures, and adjusting by looking for cheaper options, for example with the Lightning Strike or with the Bite Tone as damage spells, and then in the end adjusting the mana base by checking if you have better rare lands and then putting them in. That's always how I approach it. Let me know down in the comments below how you upgrade your decks, and then I would say see you in the next video. Goodbye guys.